Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Liminal Key. I'm going to be doing a channeled message for you from the Akashic Records. As I was getting ready for this reading, something came through that was unexpected. And so I'm going to share it with you. I heard the words that you are getting an upgrade. You are getting a DNA upgrade. That can sound unusual and also maybe confusing. I feel like we're going to get some clarity on that. I feel like I know what it means, and I'm going to just tap into the records and we will see what comes forward. So they're saying to me, it's right at the tip of your nose. It's literally right at the tip of your nose. What you are experiencing, what you're going through, what is happening with, of course, the changes that you've been going through and the way things have been falling into place. They are telling me that specifically that you are going to go through this upgrade. And you're going to go through this upgrade in your energy field, in your higher self, coming closer to your physical reality. We talked about this a little bit in the last reading that I did. They were alluding to this. And so as that shift is happening, your perspective and your clairvoyant abilities are going to start unfolding at a greater rate. So you're going to start transcending a lot of the blocks and the misgivings, they're saying, that you once had. So the way you interpret things, the way you process things, the way things break down for you, the way you're able to problem solve is much quicker. There's a faster rate occurring for you. And so the idea that you have to strive to achieve things is going to change, is what they're saying. And that means that you're not going to have to struggle as much. Things are going to flow and be easier for you. And that comes only from the place of spirit, the place of the soul. And that is coming from the higher realms down into your physical reality. So change is imminent. Upgrades are imminent. This is already happening for you in so many parts of your life. So again, if you imagine how you used to struggle even 2 years ago, things are going to change. The patterns are going to start rewiring and things are going to start flowing more. I saw this in the beginning of June, that June was going to be a month that by the second or the third week, that things were going to start picking up and flowing and that switches were going to be turned on. Lights are going to be coming in for many of us. So all of our hard wiring for being a human that struggles is changing. So I just want to alert you to that. I think what they want you to know is that you're very special. You're special, not in a sense of a hierarchy, better than anyone else, but you were tasked in this lifetime to help others also make big changes in their life simply by emanating your own aura, your own energy field, and the wisdom that channels through you. And so you are a blueprinter, which is, if this resonates, you will know if it's for you, because you help people open up the jigsaw puzzle pieces that are right now stuck for them. So as the light comes into you, it starts then lighting up other people. Did you just see that? Oh my gosh. It's this little floaty that came through. Very interesting. So the thing I want you to know is that just try to remain poised, stay grounded, and understand, don't try and strive for things so much. The way that you're going to get to where you want to go is by simple presence. Look at what I split the deck and what we got. We got the 10 of Pentacles that came through, and then also the Queen of Pentacles. Second time I've pulled her this week. So these are ambassadors of the earth is what I'm hearing. And this is likely that you're connecting with the higher dimensional beings that are very connected to the earth. And so they're helping you not just on ethereal level, a spiritual level, but also on a physical level. And so the changes that are coming on are also happening physically. This is what I'm getting. The other message I had heard, this was several weeks ago, make sure you're just watching where you're walking and you're grounding because your vibration is changing. And as your vibration changes, the places you used to fit and how your juxtaposition of how you would operate in the physical plane would be very different than they're going to be. So it's a new map is what I'm hearing them say. Wow, this is coming in so clearly. Let's see what other cards are coming through for you. So part of your destiny, okay, is mastery over complicated situations that used to make you stall. And so you're going to be able to know how to navigate these complicated matters that used to really get you trapped in cycles that kept you stuck. That is changing for you. So 5 of Wands is here. Notice how she, though, is able to look at all those people on the chessboard, and she knows exactly how to maneuver things so she doesn't get stuck. But see, here's what you have to know about you. You're not just concerned about yourself. You're also concerned about humanity, which is what makes you the blueprinter or someone who's able to help others so much. Let me know in the comments if this is making sense, if this is resonating for you. The other thing is the 9 of Wands. So this is the end of some experiences that really tested you tremendously over the last few years. As you've been coming to an end with a lot of these cycles and the changes are occurring, you're able to then, okay, rest and let your guard down because honestly, you are just at the end of this period is what I'm hearing them say. It's very evident to me that you specifically are very adept at change. So you are able to tell, they're telling me, on it, like you can feel it in the air. And it's the air is the ether, it's spirit. So you feel the shift. You don't have to know or get this type of evidence that most people have to get. So your evidence comes from that vibration that, okay, the lights are turned on again. Again, the dormant DNA, which is part of you and who you are, is coming to life. So the things that used to, make you feel pulled down are waking up. Is the light is coming through and you are waking up. That's what I'm hearing. And look at these cards that validate that. We have the Magician. When the Magician comes forward, right? If you look at the Tree of Life, when the Magician is starting his descent, right? And that process of awakening, of taking what was, in the ether and then bringing it into physical matter. And so that's what's happening for you. You're bringing all that energy down into the physical, and it's a new beginning because it is not like it was before. And that's what happens when you bring down more of your true self, is that you know more. When you know more, you do differently. The guidance that you're moving on is at such a deep level, and it has so much more of your pure essence. And anytime we have that, we feel so much more like our authentic selves. When we are our authentic selves, our true selves, we're closer to the divine, right? We're closer to the center of things and we feel much clearer. And then we also have the Emperor. So there's a few things I see with the Emperor's energy. The first is there is a domineering force that is around you. And this could also be someone that's not even a person you're in a relationship with. I feel like this could be a presence of something like an alpha male energy. And so this could likely be a boss or maybe someone who's the president of an organization you're connected with. It could even be the influence of something within government, and you understanding that you have a lot more divine wisdom than this leader. And so because you know more, they know more maybe about things to do with the earth and manipulation and control and things like that. However, you know more, which is the ultimate on a spiritual level, is what I'm hearing. So it's a chess game. It's a lot like this. So you have to know, again, this is, even though he seems so dominant and so self-righteous, and that he has domination over his property is what it feels like, or whatever his domain is, you have the authority because you're coming from that higher place. So you're not playing checkers. You're playing chess. That's what I'm hearing. So understand that's a very different vibration. Past pain, wounding coming up here. The Moon card. I'm going to pull one more, then we'll put all this together. Okay, King of Pentacles. All right. So there will be new directions and new emphasis on new pathways for you to earn money or bring money in, is what I'm seeing. That's what I'm getting. You don't quite know how it's all going to shake out, but you're going to be deeply connected to your divine feminine nature, your intuitive abilities, your psychic abilities. This could even be you if you want to lean in more to the spiritual work and bringing that into what you do and having a way that you can traverse time and make money. I believe that you don't quite know how all those pieces are going to come together, but this is something I just want to say, you don't have to worry about earning potential. Just keep focusing on, what do I need to do right now? Where am I being led? What information do I need to be aware of, and how can I grow? What are the abilities I need to develop? You will know what this is. And then the past is coming up for you to release. And that feels like releasing something that was limiting for you, especially when it comes to the fourth chakra. So that's your heart center, and where you might have felt afraid, or as though change was difficult, is what it feels like to me. That's what I'm hearing. But one thing you should really know is that even if you feel scared, or if you feel as though something could go wrong, or if you feel as though you will run out of things like funds, money, or that you won't have a leg to stand on, I'm hearing that really that's a cloudy perspective, is what they're telling me. And you want to, again, just get your composure, ground yourself, and focus on your breath, and get as clear as you can in your vision, your third eye. And you already are doing that. And here's what's coming out again, too. So the Ace of Swords is coming out, which is that clear thought, the clear idea, the vision of the future. Being able to look down the road, maybe not know all the puzzle pieces, but know things are headed in the right direction. As long as you trust your inner knowing and the process of what you're going through. The Hierophant's here too. So possibly this could be you going to a mentor, a teacher, or learning something that's going to support your development. I feel like this is more to do with your newfound probably abilities, or what you're developing. It could be professionally related, things like that. If you are ever interested in spiritual psychic mediumship development, just follow below, because I have a whole community for that. And I've been doing that for a very long time. I'd love to support you if that's aligned for you. But the thing you should know is that the old way is collapsing, but you have a really strong foundation to stand on. Also, I do want to say I love doing private readings as well. So if you're really wanting clarity, insight, guidance to this journey, I would love to connect with you. Information below. And also, it really helps my channel. It's growing really now. I'm excited. Every now and then I go, oh, I got 10 new subscribers. So subscribing just means the world to me. It gets this message out, helps me keep doing this work. And also gives me this momentum on YouTube, which I have such a love for channeling these messages. So please support the channel. Okay, let's get this wound down. That's what I'm hearing. You being part of a collective of supportive, especially women, this is for you, or people that you can emotionally count on is very important right now. And that's part of what's going to make you feel like you can integrate this new discovered DNA, right? That light that's coming into your awareness, it needs support. And we can't all do this on our own. It makes things really challenging. So be sure to look for those places where you find light and support, and you can gather with people and have a grounded, consistent, a network is what I'm hearing. But also, you're going to be helping others do their healing, do their clearing, do their ascension journey. That's really happening for you. And you are a leader and a healer because look at that. The King of Wands in her feminine form. But also notice she is holding that light wand, the wand of light. And that wand helps to inspire and clear and illuminate someone's journey, not just your own, but for others. I feel like if you have Aquarius in your birth chart, I feel like that's really coming into play because I'm seeing that opening and just that universal vision that I think comes along with that. Okay, this is going to be the last card and we'll see what we get. And again, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. It would just mean so much to me. The Knight of Cups is coming. So you're still on this journey and you're leading with your heart. And so the more open you are and the more you are willing to be in the moment and connect and work on that emotional connection with those that you come into contact with, that you can help people on their journey, but also live in your purpose. We will see you in the next reading. Take care.